There are moments in football when a player steps into the spotlight not because he is the fastest or the strongest, but because he carries something far more uncommon: a sharp mind, a calm presence, and an ability to see chaos before it happens and reshape it with nothing more than knowledge and instinct. And right now for the Green Bay Packers, that figure may very well be Sean Rhyan, the newly installed starting center, who is suddenly standing at the heart of one of the toughest matchups he has ever faced. After delivering a solid debut against the Giants, Rhyan walks into this next challenge with the weight of something far larger than a simple assignment. He is stepping into a collision course with one of the most relentless defensive coordinators in the league, Brian Flores, the architect of the Minnesota Vikings defense, a man known for sending waves of pressure from every angle and testing the mental toughness of every offensive line he meets. The Vikings do not blitz to confuse you, they blitz to smother you, they blitz to force errors, and this Sunday at Lambeau Field, they will test every fiber of Ryan's preparation. On paper, this matchup looks like a mismatch. A young center making only his second start at the position against a defense engineered to create chaos, but what is written on paper rarely captures what happens inside a player, what drives him, what gives him an edge. And for Ryan, that edge might be something the Vikings cannot measure: his mind. Packers running back Josh Jacobs has seen it firsthand. In every meeting, every breakdown, every study session, Ryan sits there ready with every answer, as if he has already played the game days before it arrives. He is called on more than anyone else because the staff knows he will not just guess, he will know, and teammates respect that because intelligence from the center position can be the difference between a blown play and a breakthrough run, between a stalled drive and a momentum-shifting gain. Ryan's journey to this moment has not been defined by raw genius, but by relentless study, countless hours buried in film, and the habit of demanding more from himself than any coach ever could. Long before he took over for the injured Elgton Jenkins, he carried himself with the seriousness of someone who understood that his opportunity would come without warning, so he prepared as if he were already the starter, drilling every detail, repeating every assignment, being hard on himself in the classroom and on the practice field. He built this moment long before he was handed it. For him, the role of center is not just about snapping the ball and blocking it, is about decoding the defense in real time, shifting protections, identifying threats, and placing each teammate exactly where they need to be to survive the incoming storm. And with the Vikings sending pressure from every direction, the mental game becomes not just important, but essential. Ryan even admits that there is a strange thrill in it, the challenge of solving a puzzle that changes every second, the satisfaction of getting a play perfectly aligned and watching it open like a crack of light in a dark room. What makes this storyline even more fascinating is that Ryan did not step into this world blindly. He spent much of training camp and the preseason practicing the center position, carving out a familiarity with it, even though it was not yet his primary role. So when Jenkins went down, the shift was jarring, but not foreign, and that preparation allowed him to walk into his first regular season start with unexpected steadiness. Offensive line coach Luke Buckus sees the potential clearly. Ryan has stepped into the line's most cerebral position, a role that has been held by some of Green Bay's most reliable players, and now it is his turn to guide the offense's job is to be the quiet commander, the one who sees danger and redirects the unit before the quarterback ever notices. And last week he showed he can carry that burden with poise, a trait that coaches know cannot be taught, only revealed. Quarterback Jordan Love has also felt the transition. He spent the seasons taking snaps from veteran Josh Myers and another stretch working with Jenkins, and now he must build a new rhythm with Ryan. But what stood out was not hesitation, it was communication, the sense that Ryan made sure the lines spoke the same language on every snap, even while facing one of the strongest interior defenders in the league, Dexter Lawrence. It was a true stress test, and Ryan held his ground. Packers coach Matt LaFleur acknowledged that there were mistakes, but the foundation he saw was undeniable: composure, clarity, command. He knows that with time and repetition, Ryan can grow into a centerpiece of the offensive line, a player whose mind stabilizes an entire unit, especially against defenses as aggressive as Minnesota's, and that aggression is coming. The Giants blitzed on more than a third of Green Bay's plays last week, but Brian Flores is known for pushing the limits far beyond that. He blitzed the Bears quarterback on nearly every dropback, sending waves of pressure that really stopped long enough for an offense to breathe. That means Ryan will not simply have a full plate on Sunday, he will have the entire kitchen hurled in his direction, and he will need to sort it all out in seconds. But Ryan understands the stakes. He knows that winning this matchup has less to do with brute strength and more to do without hinking chaos if he can read the pressure early. If he can make the correct calls, if he can guide the line with precision, then Green Bay will have a chance to turn the Vikings' aggression into opportunities. Because every blitz carries a risk, and if the center wins the mental duel, the defense can be exposed. This is the double-edged sword. He talked about the Vikings can bring pressure from everywhere. But if the Packers pick it up correctly, if the ball gets out cleanly, if the protection holds long enough, then the offense can carve through the openings created by Minnesota's own gamble. And that is where Ryan's quiet intelligence becomes a weapon, one that does not show up on highlight reels, but may be the exact tool. Green Bay needs to survive this game and possibly steal a victory. Now, I want to hear from you. What do you think about Sean Ryan stepping into this role? Do you believe his intelligence can be the key that changes the game? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. And if you enjoyed this deeper look into the Packers matchup, make sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel so you never miss the next breakdown.